Hello, everyone. I am Donnie Steeson, and we are going to have a very interesting episode today talking about Christmas and some factors that go along with it.
You already know who it is. It's your boy CJ Bills over here on the north side.
Grayson in the east side hitting up with the Christmas special. And we got our guest today.
Hey, it's really hard to stay quiet. I was laughing over here, but I'm Caleb Crawford if you need my last name. And I'm coming from Southside, I believe. How's it going?
All right. I am on the west side, if you care to know. And we are going to be talking about Christmas and all of its implications, all the fun stuff, all the not so fun stuff.
Nazi?
What is not fun about Christmas?
Well, I mean, that's debatable.
Donnie's voice.
That's very debatable. All right.
Can you not see the truth?
The truth?
Nazi? Truth.
Stop.
You shouldn't be saying that, my dude.
No controversy.
You're right.
All right,
Okay.
let's start the Christmas special because this is strange.
I was
Yes.
going to say, I don't know how we got from Christmas to Nazism in a whole... How long have we been on? 30 seconds? Let's move on.
All right. So we are going to be talking about everyone's favorite dude around this year.
Satan.
No, Santa.
Close. You try, buddy.
That's only if you misspell it. But we are going to be talking about Santa and some things that go along with him, like how fast he may travel or his previous occupations.
Or how he has to get up and down a chimney in North America in .00002 seconds in order to cover all of the United States within 6 hours.
But does
No.
that cover travel time?
Fudge sickles.
Well, it would have to. Well, maybe not. It kind of depends.
I mean, how many households are in the United States of America? Hold up.
A lot.
Somebody
many.
look that up.
Fact
I'm pretty
checker?
I'm pretty sure the scientific term
Fact
is
checker?
more than some.
More than some?
Yeah,
Okay, that's
That
good.
seems factual. I trust
Yes.
you.
thank you.
All right, 125.82 million households are in the United States in 2016.
Hey, man, it's 2017, not 2016.
Boy,
Let's check our facts, please.
Boy.
Yes, but that means it's almost 2018, which means there's a lot more.
Or
Yes.
does it?
Well,
Or does it?
possibly.
I mean, Irma.
So
But
now
there's
there's
then
less.
now
they're
there's
constantly expanding too. So
At least 2 less houses.
And
at
we
least.
gotta-
Come on.
We got to make sure it's not counting Puerto Rico because Puerto Rico got,
Does Puerto Rico even
destroyed.
exist anymore?
Is Puerto Rico there? Or all right, let's get back to Christmas. What is going on?
Yes.
Wait.
Oh, wait, hold on.
If you look at Puerto Rico from Google Earth, it's probably just a dot.
So Puerto
That-
Rico
that's
is
really
important in our Christmas episode because they celebrate different traditions than they used to with Christmas. They are now more Americanized in their ideas of what they do during Christmas.
Synthesis?
yeah,
Synthesis?
it in Spanish we actually were discussing this, and we found out that in Puerto Rico they used to have a lot more traditions that were unique to the little island country, and now they've been more Americanized. They believe less in maybe the Three Wise Kings and whatnot that they had believed in, that most of the other Spanish countries believe in, but now have a more Americanized one, believing in Santa and all those other things that we in America celebrate.
Dang, those dang Americans coming and changing some more cultures. Why
Trump's
can't we? Why
wall.
can't we stay? All right, never mind. We're getting back to politics. Let's get out of here.
Wait. Okay, hear me out. So, if Santa can go up and down chimneys super fast, right? Can he just ignore Trump's wall? Like, could he just, bunny hop over Trump's wall like Mario?
Well, in the article that I found from
Does
last
Trump's
year,
wall have its own chimney? Does it need presents?
I mean, coal.
well, everyone needs
fat stack of coal.
presents.
Even Trump needs presents. You know?
Yeah. coal.
Okay, so I was doing the math here. So without the travel time and with the amount of households in 2016, in 24 hours just in the United States, it would take him 0.0006 seconds per house. And that's without travel time and only in one country.
Okay, so in 24, so
He's doing way faster
That-
than that.
0.002 or 3 zeros and a 2 that Amari mentioned earlier, then that's only him going in the house, placing the presents, grabbing a snack, and leaving.
Well, that's what I did with .006.
Except that was within 24 hours, and
Yes.
that calculation was within 6 hours.
Yes,
6
because
hours.
the span of night in the U.S., well, it's longer than 6 hours, but in
Yeah.
order to reach other countries, it would be about 6 hours, probably.
That's insane.
Yes, it is.
See, now here's what I'm thinking. Santa Claus bends the space-time continuum.
Oh, yay. Science.
What do you think, Caleb?
I'm thinking this is a pretty interesting discussion. I'm glad we haven't gone back to politics.
Apollo
Bends the space-time continuum. What do you mean? By moving so quickly?
Yeah, I feel like you can create. What were they called? They're like these zones.
Wormholes. No?
No, they're like these zones in which he can basically within the zone time would run faster for him, but slower outside of the zone.
Well-
So basically, you could like just chill out in the house and do other crap. Yeah, but outside of like the zone that he created, time would be slowed down.
Well, that's with anything going near the speed of light. The faster you go, the slower time seems for you, but the faster time seems for everything else. So I forget where I learned this, but if you were going like, I think it was like 99% of the speed of light or something like that, everything else like slows to a crawl while you're just going super fast. But I don't know.
Santa Claus
how
is the
that
Flash,
works.
confirmed.
What?
Santa
Well-
Claus is the Flash.
He'd probably have to be to reach.
Maybe
The entire
Flash can't even go
world.
that fast though.
Yeah, that is true.
this is a Christmas podcast, sir. Let's keep whatever that is out of here.
Oh, boy. Flash has red, therefore he is Christmas related. Get woke.
Oh man.
All right, so
Okay, hold up before we go anywhere else. So maybe the second coming has already occurred, because some religions believe baby Jesus gives them presents. So baby Jesus is almighty and super powerful. So guess what? Baby Jesus can do it by snapping his fingers. He doesn't need speed. There's my counter argument.
So are you saying that?
Santa Claus is
Are you
Jesus.
saying Santa Claus is baby Jesus?
That's the belief in many Hispanic cultures.
Let's not try to sever some cultures here.
well,
Let's make sure our facts are
Papa
straight.
Noel, getting lit.
Well, there is that where baby Jesus does give the gifts, but there's also the three magic kings or mages that also are celebrated in January in many Hispanic cultures. So that's another counter to your argument, to where if you look at it, the Three Kings Day in January, it has many different ideas and they're given gifts for that day. So that could be one idea.
So, if Santa Claus is Jesus, does that mean that his blood is wine? Santa Claus's blood is wine, and he consumes nothing but cookies. I'm so shook right now.
I am not sure.
It's a very interesting question we have here.
Yes.
So,
it
if
is.
you were to catch Santa Claus as an
I
adult,
don't know if you could catch him. He's based on what we just found. He's moving pretty quick,
and he's Jesus,
and he's Jesus. So
maybe
he'll
that's
just-
why he wears all those clothes, because you know, like if you look at an angel's pure form, it like burns your eyes out or something like that. He's hiding behind the beard.
What?
the,
All right, hold up.
the
What
beard
if
and
What if they're just like, boom, your Christmas ornaments spontaneously combust and out come Christmas presents? Because there's no way he's that fast.
That's like molecular reconstruction.
Yeah.
well, what would happen to the ornaments then?
Molecular reconstruction.
So
It just completely changes it into a present.
I don't know if that would really work though. Would it?
Firestorm can do it.
Could teleportation work?
Santa is now overpowered.
Well, I mean, teleportation is the same thing as molecular changing. I mean, you have to deconstruct and reconstruct while carrying the soul somehow. That's the idea
That's
behind.
assuming there is a soul.
Ooh.
Yeah, but I mean, so we take all of your cells, every molecular
Alright,
thing
alright.
with you. we take it apart, we transport it somewhere else, and we put you together. Are you still the same thing?
In my opinion, I'd say yes. Because what's different about you?
Well, I mean, would you think the same?
Yeah, no, think about it like this. They take apart every single atom in your body and reconstruct it somewhere else. And then they put you back together and give you electrical shocks in the same exact places that your brain was firing beforehand. What makes you different?
And not only that, I mean, when you go through life, the majority of the cells that you're born with die off and get replaced by new cells.
Yeah, but like memories, they're just synapses within your brain. So
Exactly.
like, would
So
they maintain?
Well, yeah, if you put it together in the exact same configuration.
Those
It's
synapses.
just
That would assume
repeated
that you can
connections.
teleport successfully.
Okay, so if you teleport successfully, were you dead during the teleportation?
No, because it's the
weren't alive.
the law of conservation of energy. Energy cannot be created or destroyed, only change form. Basically, you just change forms and then change back into a human form.
Okay, so wait, what is death then?
So are we defining death?
Oh,
as-
God.
as just
now we have to
energy?
define death.
All right, let's define death then. So what standpoint are we taking? Are we taking with a soul or with a strictly biological standpoint?
Let's go biological first.
Okay, so from a biological standpoint, in my opinion, death is when the brain can no longer function and the human being ceases to experience consciousness.
Okay, well, you can't
Well-
experience consciousness without a body or a mind because your mind's taken apart and reconstructed later, which means you're not conscious and your mind isn't working.
Sure,
which
I'd say
means
you're
you're
dead.
dead during the teleportation.
Sure. Because think about it like this. If I made a copy of myself right now, right, and I could reconstruct the same atoms in the same exact way over and over and over again, I would never die. It would be me over and over. Just because it's clones, they are all original in a sense, not necessarily.
Yeah, but would you be conscious within those clones? Would you experience what they experience because they are basically you?
Maybe
Each person would experience
So
different
they would
things.
be separate because based on the experiences, like nurture. If they were nurtured differently, would they still be the same person?
Well, where you're going with the clone thing, maybe like how you're going with this, maybe teleportation could be like you're literally destroying one part of yourself and then recreating a clone of yourself. It looks like you said memories are just synapses in the brain, the electrical shirts. So if you could just molecularly reconstruct those same like electronic pulses, then of course you could maintain the same memories. So maybe teleportation is just like a delete or a cut and paste. You're cutting yourself out of existence and then repasting it. Not out of existence, but out of that human state and then repasting it somewhere else.
Okay, so if you manage to survive, and you either what are we saying? You were not dead, or you were dead for like a split second. I mean, you
Yeah.
could be dead after, like they can bring you back with like, what's the thing it's
Defibrillator?
called? Yeah,
Well-
defibrillator, because your heart can stop and your brain.
You wouldn't even understand that you were gone. Because up until that point, you were experiencing consciousness.
It's kinda
And
like
then
how
all
you-
of a
when you-
sudden, you're placed in a new place. However, you're still experiencing consciousness again. So basically, it would be as if, not even that I blinked, it would literally...
It'd be like a
you'd
cut
just
in a
be
tape.
there.
It's kind of like when
Exactly.
someone punches you in the head really hard and you get knocked unconscious. When you wake up, I mean, you have no sense of time.
Or like if you're sleeping and you get carried somewhere else, you wake up. It's that kind of thing. Because you lose your consciousness, you come back, and there you go. You know what I mean?
So teleportation is more like a loss of consciousness as opposed to death. So something similar to sleep or being knocked out.
All right.
Well, even in
Hmm.
sleep, you can have consciousness. You could have it through dreams, because even when you're dreaming, although you may seem like you don't have consciousness, you still do, because somewhere you have to be coming up with those ideas that you're having in your dreams.
Well, with that, I would view it as a kind of a spectrum. Like you could be more or less conscious because you don't always dream. And not even that. For example, when you get knocked out, again, to bring that up again, you don't necessarily dream then. You're kind of just out and then you're not out.
Okay, hold up.
So it's kind of a spectrum.
So, a lot of people put out cookies and milk for Santa, right? All right, that's 125 million households, assuming that they all put out cookies and milk. Then he would have to eat them or eat part of them and drink part of it. Now, what I was thinking is that since he's sleeping, I know I do this. Whenever I sleep, I get up, I wake up, and I drink something or I eat something immediately. Now, that might not be the case, but also if we're just reshaping his molecular structure, would the stuff in his stomach and his intestines follow with him?
Yeah, well, that's what I was going to bring in. Maybe when he teleports, like he has to be He has to be saying the same weight, or at least small enough to fit through a chimney, unless he's changed his size, of course. Or, not enough, he has to be maintain the same weight long enough to not become, obese or something. So what if, of course, like we were saying with teleportation, you're demolecularizing yourself and, reconstructing yourself. When he, takes himself apart and reconstructs himself, he can leave out, the excess energy from the cookies and, milk and so forth. So he's not actually, he's eating it, but it's not sticking with him.
It depends on when you make the copy, because if you make the copy of Santa Claus before he gets teleported around, then every new iteration of him is without the cookies. So he eats it, everything gets broken down, and then those molecules are just scattered throughout wherever the deconstruction thing is. And then he's rebuilt with different molecules that are without the cookies, but in a different household.
And maybe those extra molecules that disperse from the cookies are what fuel Christmas miracles.
Okay.
Okay, all right.
Okay. But, all right, so I don't know if all of you know about the Higgs boson particle.
Yep.
So that's something beyond molecular, what we consider molecular now. That's smaller. So what if there's something smaller that affects it? That would basically change your structure as Santa Claus. So would he be any different because of these super tiny particles that we can't see, even with microscope? We couldn't see those, but they'd still be there.
Yeah. I mean,
but they'd be in different spots because he wouldn't be able to replicate that.
Before the microscope, molecules still existed. We just couldn't see them. So I think it's safe to assume that there are things that exist that we cannot see.
Yeah, but they'd be in a different order.
Oh, of course.
So would Santa Claus be different?
I'd say no, simply because of the argument that as you grow up, certain cells when you die, and then new cells are born in order to replace those cells. And so they're not technically the same cell, but you're still the same person. So based on that argument, I would say it wouldn't change them.
Oh, okay. Awkward silence, gross. But, so he doesn't change at all. Ever. No chance. So if there was a chance, would he change dramatically?
I believe that the change would be I know it sounds like a joke, but I genuinely believe that the change would be the dispersion of the extra energy he would get from the cookies and milk. Because this man has to either stay fat or stay fit, one or the other. And, there's no way he can't grow in weight and size over time eating these cookies and milk or just die. So, of course, at this point, freaking Satan might just be Jesus. I mean, Santa might be Jesus.
Satan is Jesus, confirmed.
No.
Confirmed.
That would be an oxymoron.
You heard it here
Edit
first.
this.
Satan is Jesus. Confirmed.
Yeah.
You heard it here first.
Unedited footage of Omari revealing that Satan is Jesus.
I'm so upset that we don't edit these.
All right, so are we saying since Santa can rearrange his molecules and teleport that he could be a quantum physicist in order to teleport and get through the houses as quickly as he does?
I don't think he could be a quantum physicist. I think he's a quantum experiment.
What if he's a being from the fourth dimension?
Well, I mean, the fourth dimension, basically, with Caleb's thing in philosophy, which makes a ton of sense. So there's this thing on the fourth dimensional plane, but it can only see three-dimensional, and how we can only see two-dimensional images. I mean, they appear to be three-dimensional because we have two eyes, but if we only had one, it'd be two-dimensional. We're basically taking two-dimensional pictures, mixing the images.
And developing depth.
Yeah. That's the only reason we can see with those quotations that were invisible.
And maybe that's why no one can actually ever see Santa, because he could coexist between the fourth and third dimension.
Yeah, you wouldn't see him in the fourth dimension because you can't even see the third dimension.
Yeah, truly.
So
Anyway.
that's why it's a good theory with how movies would. I know movies gross, but when they time travel, you see this blur, and that's because they're on that line. They get to walk on the line between time, and they see everything in the third dimension, but not be in the third dimension.
Remember when this was about Christmas?
Yeah, this was about Christmas. Whatever.
But that's the point of this thing, to
Santa
get off
is
topic.
Jesus, who is now Satan, and is now a fourth dimensional being, confirmed here on the podcast.
Yes.
So what we're getting at here, kids, is don't mess with Santa.
Yes, he will take you to the fourth dimension, and you will be lost forever, and have your mind blown.
Oh.
Eh,
Oh God, Santa Claus is now also a kidnapper.
yes, maybe.
Hey, wait, hold up. Wasn't there like 200,000 missing persons files every year?
Come on, Santa, where are you at? We gotta.
Remember in
Dude,
COK
get
that
this,
airplane that got lost?
Oh, that's
Maybe those are all bad boys, and Santa Claus didn't want them to exist anymore.
You don't get coal for Christmas. You get a kidnapping. In the back of Santa's sleigh, get wrapped up in a nice trash bag. Hey, but we can't be making this jokes because Santa is now Jesus. And I don't know if Jesus would be doing this. Well, he's also Satan, so I don't know anymore. I think from coming on this podcast, I've learned a lot. I think I've went back. I was expecting to learn something, but I think I've learned the opposite of something, which would be negative something.
losing brain cells.
Yeah, exactly. My brain cells are dying at this very moment as we talk about Santa being Satan and Jesus and some fourth dimensional being who kidnaps children and puts them in the back of a sleigh.
Okay. At
Ran
any
out of
given
air.
time in the United States, there are over 100,000 missing persons files. At any given time. So right now, there are 100,000 people missing.
I'd like to be one of those select few.
I'm a good boy. I'm good.
Okay, so one of our silent audio guys just pointed out, Ollie, Goat Boy, he pointed out
Goat Boy.
that the elves have to come from somewhere, right?
Oh my
No,
God.
no.
What if the kid? Oh my God. What if
Whole
the
bunch of
people that he
kidnapped children.
kidnaps, he converts into elves.
That was great.
Wait. There's the North Pole, not the actual location of the North Pole, but North Pole as in like Santa's workshop and so forth. What if that exists in the fourth dimension, which is why no one can find it, and that's also where he takes people to convert them to elves?
I was actually thinking of that. So
Should have
if
said
we,
it then.
if we are, well, he was talking, and I'm being polite.
Can't interrupt Omari.
Yep. Nope. You can't interrupt Omari. But
Yeah, but-
if we're assuming that Santa is indeed from the fourth dimension and lives within the fourth dimension, then the North Pole would theoretically have to reside in the fourth dimension as his workshop, and that's why no one can see it. Even if you did get to the North Pole of Earth, you're still only in the third dimension, so you wouldn't see it if we do assume that Santa is in the fourth dimension.
All right, well, the fourth dimension is time. Therefore, if we are arguing that the Santa's workshop in the North Pole exists somewhere in time, is it in the future or is it in the past?
Maybe it's outside of time.
Not where is Santa's workshop?
When is Santa's workshop? I
When
love
is
you,
Santa's
Caleb.
workshop?
All right, but more importantly, if he's in the fourth dimension, that means he doesn't have to teleport.
He just travels through time.
They were always there. The presents were always there. They
just took
exist-
that frame
yeah,
in time.
and put the presents there, and then they exist there forever. In every iteration of time, they exist there.
Well, that's the fifth. That's the
Multiverse,
fifth
fifth dimension, yeah.
Fifth dimension is branches of time. So if we're talking about the fourth dimension, that means that those presents exist within a certain frame of time, but that would have to be in the fifth dimension.
So wait, so
So
Santa
Santa can access the fifth dimension then. Oh, but that makes sense because if he exists in the fourth dimension, he sees in three dimensions, but just like we exist. Oh wait, never mind. Ignore me.
Yeah.
Wait,
All right,
wait.
So
I didn't know
So
where I
now
was
he
going
can
with
see the
that.
fourth dimension, so he knows exactly where to place it in the frames. Because he can now see the fourth dimension, because he's in the fifth dimension, so he knows what frame to put the presents in. Also, if that means he's a fifth dimensional being, but it makes sense for the North Pole, his workshop, to be in the fourth dimension, so that the slaves or the elves, sorry, don't die. They just are like brain dead and can't understand anything, but they still work for him.
Keep in mind, this man knows when you're sleeping, and he knows when you're awake.
Also, what are the qualifications for that list? Maybe he's not checking who's the good boys. He's checking who's got the best quality and mind quality to become elves and understand that the fourth dimension has to work like that. So he takes those kids. He's like, you know what? You seem fit to be my slave. Guess what? You're going with me to the fourth dimension. And that's what he's checking off his
Well,
list.
dang, I feel bad now. You got to be smart to be Santa's elves. Guess I'm not very smart.
Is he still Jesus?
I
that's
thought
what
he was
you said,
saying.
so-
What's going on?
Santa's scary now.
For
I'm
real.
legitimately frightened of
Wait,
Santa.
but that makes sense. If he's all three of these things, he could exist as different beings in the fifth dimension because there are different timelines that he could follow. He could be Satan, Santa, and Jesus.
Maybe the people who somehow managed to pick up these scattered remains of the fourth dimension energy that he could possibly leave behind, go crazy and develop these personalities to assign to him, but they're actually all the same person. They're all Santa.
All right, we're not going to eggism here.
Oh, hold up.
No eggism on this podcast, son.
Okay, so Omar, are you talking about like pockets left behind? So since he's the three beings, the pockets he left behind created the ideas of Jesus, Satan, and Santa. He left pockets behind in his time travel on accident. Maybe he's a faulty being, but he left these ideas so that people would believe in him, so that he could. I don't know.
He's the Mary Trinity.
I mean, a lot of
Mary Trinity.
a lot of mythology. That's actually really clever. I just thought
He's not the Holy Trinity. He's the Mary Trinity.
a lot of mythologies.
Feliz Navidad.
A lot of mythologies say that like the more people who believe in like an immortal, the like stronger there are. So possibly these pockets were left behind on purpose to not necessarily expose him, but to start gaining followers. People, because the more who believe him, the stronger you are.
Okay, so maybe he left these pockets, like you said, to get stronger. But maybe he left every pocket. So, like, every religion, that's him. That's Santa Claus gaining power so he can kidnap more people, so he can send presents within the fifth dimension to other dimensions. Because on the fourth dimension of time, he can go to other universes because that's time. He's in the fifth dimension, which means he's able to travel to multiverses, which means he's got the power from somewhere.
Well, not necessarily multiverses, but different timelines, because it's not a different universe as opposed to ours with like different
which are similar to multiverse.
Different physics and different laws of nature. However, it's the different timelines that could have occurred. So like I could choose to talk right now, or I could choose not to talk right now. There's an infinite amount of timelines that could follow that.
So are we saying, so if Santa does create these pockets, are we saying that we're assuming the idea that in order to become a person, if we assume that Santa is a person, you have to be cared for by someone, and if you're not cared about, then you're not a person. So in doing so, leaving these pockets, creating these maybe religions even, if we want to go that far, that Santa is trying to create a way to have people care about him in order to show that he is in fact a person when he might be something higher.
Okay, wait a minute. We just said that he left pockets. What if he left every pocket? Because we said that humans cannot come up with a new idea. That's why you can't come up with anything
Descartes, yeah.
without other things like Descartes. So, like, we can't come up with an eighth color. But if Santa left an eighth color, could we think of that eighth color then? You know, octarine or whatever, depending on what books you read.
At this point, we're putting Santa on like.
Well,
God level. Yeah.
We've already said he's Jesus.
Yeah.
We've already said he's Jesus. We've already said he's the Mary Trinity. Boys.
So he's the Son of God. Santa is the Son of God.
But the Son of God is God.
Exactly. So Santa is God confirmed. Thank you for. And that's
Thank you for listening. That's the podcast.
Santa is God, boys. All right. Well, no. If we've made this assumption, then all of the things we are saying could be true.
But all these things were influenced by
God.
Santa's decisions.
Oh my.
Exactly. And
Yeah.
Santa is God. So are we all just little tendrils of Santa getting
what
controlled
if Santa
by
was
his
just created by
godly
God?
powers?
Yeah, but he has like God level powers.
Yeah. So he's
No,
being
not
created
God
by
level
God.
powers. He just has Santa powers.
Yeah.
because Santa
He
is
has
God now.
He has powers that are exclusive to Santa that we probably can't even completely comprehend. But what if he's created by God in the sense that, for example, like less people are believing in Christianity. However, a lot more people still believe in Santa than Christianity. What if Santa's kind of like his fallback?
So like a backup
Yeah.
system. So maybe that's why he created the pockets.
Yeah.
So he was Jesus first. He was the God, Jesus. And basically Jesus was his first fallback. He's like, well, I need a fallback, so I create Jesus. Well, now Jesus gives this boost to me. So now let's create something else. Let's create Santa. Now I have an extra boost to my religion.
It's kind of like when in Harry Potter when Voldemort made all the Horcruxes. So you couldn't actually kill Voldemort without destroying all the Horcruxes first? I'm probably saying that wrong.
Well, you could kill him, but he wouldn't be dead.
Well, yeah, he wouldn't be truly dead.
Well, I guess now we have to figure out how to kill Santa.
Well, I mean, if something lives in the fifth dimension, or even the fourth dimension, or whatever dimension we're deciding on.
It could just retreat to another timeline.
Yes. He could go to another timeline,
So
capture
we
you.
need to employ another fifth dimensional being to go hunt down Santa Claus and get back all of our friends who have been stolen his elves.
But wait, are our friends now immortal now that they live on the timeline? That means they don't age either.
Oh, we never addressed this. How do they get to the fifth dimension?
Well,
Now-
I don't think his slaves get to the fifth dimension. Are we saying his slaves get there as well?
No, because
Because they have to, do they
No,
not?
I think
Oh no, because they can.
yeah,
Because they can.
the workshop would exist in the fourth dimension.
No, but how do they get to the fourth dimension?
Well, I believe how we discussed in teleportation.
Santa's
how,
God. He can do whatever he wants.
Fair
Yeah,
enough.
that's true. We don't need to explain it.
How
We
we
just be
discussed
like,
how
he's God.
teleportation could be the deconstruction of molecules and the reconstruction in another location. Maybe that could possibly work. A being who had the power of like teleportation, who also can exist within the fourth dimension, could also transport other items into the fourth dimension. Kind
Okay.
of like how Grayson said that he could bring the presents into existence there because they're always there. He just kind of has to pull them out of the fourth dimension to bring them into existence.
So his bag isn't a bag of presents. It's a bag of energy and matter with itself, so that he could put children in his bag. They
Wait.
just dissolve, and he can build them back when he's there.
I'm so
How-
woke
wait,
right now.
The presents exist in the fourth dimension? If so, at what time? I thought they were in the fifth dimension. They existed in a different timeline, so he could pull them from a timeline. Because think about it like this: if it's in the fourth dimension, what time do the presents have already existed?
Okay, so that's bringing something like that's bad nature. So basically, the benefit of other people, the gifts from other people, are coming from somewhere else, and
They must-
taking from someone else.
Not necessarily someone else, just a different timeline. But
Well, I
wait,
mean,
but wait.
Energy's not created or destroyed, which means he has to get all of the presence and the creation from somewhere. He has to get the matter and the energy from somewhere. So he's
So-
taking from someone to provide for someone else.
Yes, from a different timeline.
So
'cause
one
if-
timeline, one single timeline.
is just the
trash
present
timeline.
giver.
And then
He's a
there's-
thief. He's
Exactly.
a stealer.
Santa,
And-
God is thief.
Yeah,
God is
there's
a
also,
thief.
there also is the theory that he could just exist. Him, his workshop could exist outside of time.
That would be sixth. What?
Sixth-
What dimension are we on
Sixth
now?
dimension? What? What would this be? What?
Wait, why are we even discussing God with anything relating dimensions? God
Fair
is
enough. Like,
infinite.
he's omnipotent.
Does he not just create
exists.
those presents out of the twitch of his merry little finger, and he just creates everything with?
Okay, so that's really OP argument. So let's just say, for argument's purposes, for
Santa
us
is
to,
God, just
to
so you
keep
guys know
going
that.
onto this tangent, let's say he's
This is a
not
tangent, oh my
he's
God.
not 100% God. He just has godly powers for now.
Yes.
For now. So we can decide how he would take this matter or what this sixth dimension would be. We still need to assign where this slave shop would be because we don't know where it is.
And in order to kind of scale out a relationship for understanding's sake, we could compare the relationship between God and Santa as like a relationship between like a god and a demigod. For example,
Wait,
Poseidon and Percy
I thought there
Jackson.
was no relationship. Are they not one and the same?
Oh my God!
Isn't that what we just discussed?
Wait,
that God
shouldn't
was
it be
Santa?
just, oh my Santa?
Oh my Santa!
Oh Santa!
The Merry Trinity.
Mary Trinity.
Merry Christmas. Wait. But if, like, think about it like this. All these Christian families are telling their kids that Santa doesn't exist. What are they telling their kids? God
Wait.
doesn't exist?
God doesn't
Blasphemy.
exist?
Blasphemy.
Or maybe because there's always like kind of two people. Well, I shouldn't say that, but like the most common things about Christmas are like because it's Christmas, it's a Christian holiday. People who celebrate Christmas are Christian, so they're gonna believe in like Jesus and so forth, or Santa and Santa. So it's like you could believe in Jesus and Santa, or just Jesus, or just Santa. So around Christmas time, basically, it's like a limitless supply of energy because like a majority of people believe in something of that nature.
Some non-Christians still believe in Santa. They just
Exactly.
another thing. What would? Sorry, I forgot. Never mind. I'm dumb.
I love you.
Great input.
Yeah. Thanks. Oh yeah. What would come next after Santa? So we said Santa, Jesus. They were all fallbacks for God. What would
No,
be the
Santa,
next fallback?
Santa is God, is it not? Are we not?
Yeah, Santa
assuming
is
this?
God, but
Okay.
like,
God
an
created a
extension.
Santa image,
Like God created Santa. As
Oh,
an
so
okay.
people can believe in him, so that he could.
Well,
he
did he
keep
not?
creating.
Did he not do the same thing with Jesus?
Yeah,
Exactly,
he created
yeah.
Jesus so that he would get a boost in
Exactly.
this thing to keep surviving. So once Santa goes down and people start, like you said, Christian families start telling their kids that Santa doesn't exist,
Yeah.
what is God going to do again?
He would have
Well,
to
That's
create
some
something.
omnipotent
No,
level.
no,
that we
no,
could
no, no,
probably
no. Think
not
about it
get
like
to.
this: even though they do not believe in him, they still spread the word of Santa.
Oh, fair enough.
Every child around this great nation of the United States of America, and just about any other country with Christian beliefs,
Wait. Maybe it's
believes
already
in Santa, so they like spread it to their children.
Maybe it was Coke.
Oh, goodness.
Coca-Cola advertises Santa.
Is Coke a messenger of God?
Coke is a messenger of God.
Everyone
because
drink up your Coke right now. Get that diabetes because it's God juice.
God juice, yes.
Coke is God juice. Coke is God juice confirmed, you guys. Maybe when Jesus created wine out of water, that was no wine. That was sweet, sweet cherry Coke, boys. God juice.
God juice.
So, are we saying that God creates these beings that are in his likeness, like Jesus and Santa
And Coca-Cola.
and Coca-Cola,
Let's drink up
to
that sweet God juice,
continue
boys.
living? So, if he didn't do that, he wouldn't have any believers or followers. So, is it the same God creating different, maybe role models, maybe
Yeah.
you could say, to encourage us humans to believe?
Okay, so everyone plays, well, I don't know if everyone plays, but everyone's heard of Mortal Kombat. So, Mortal Kombat, yeah, that's fun. But guess what? When a new iteration of a character comes out, that is always better. It always seems better to someone. So he always makes the new iteration to get more followers because someone's going to want that more than they wanted the original. And some people like the original more.
Like when they made the new iPhone without a headphone jack, it's retarded that it doesn't have a headphone jack, and a lot of people agree with that. However, people still bought it.
No controversy on the podcast.
Yes, no controversy, but there are some exclusions. But that's not important.
Inaccurate.
So what are we saying? What are
Wait,
we
was it Coke
deciding?
or was it Pepsi?
Coke.
Did we just we got the wrong company here for a second. Dude,
No.
that we would have been praising a false god.
Definitely
We would have
Coke.
been smited by Santa Claus himself.
Wait, hold up. So we have Christmas and we have Hanukkah. We have Jesus and we have Satan. We have Pepsi
Did
and
you
we
just
have
compare
Coke.
Satan?
Oh my God!
Did you just compare Satan with Hanukkah? I'm not sure people agree with that one.
I said Hanukkah. I said Satan and Jesus. We have Christmas and Hanukkah,
And then
Satan and
I
Jesus.
thought you were comparing like the first term with the
and then
first term.
Coke and Pepsi. One
So
of
we-
these is the false god. Who
False
is it?
prophet.
Who is it?
Oh,
Coke
no.
or Pepsi?
Is
Who's
Coke
the?
that devil juice?
Is
that
Coke
bad
devil
juju?
juice?
Are we about to get smited? Well, we haven't been smited yet, which means we're in the right. So
Or maybe we're in the wrong. We're not a threat to them, therefore we shouldn't be stopped. We're going in the wrong direction, so there's no reason to stop us.
well, he'd still get rid of us because we'd be false prophets.
Yeah, because we are spreading the word of somewhat. Because
Well, it depends
people
on what
listen
kind
to
of
this.
presents we get for Christmas. If they're bad, then we know we messed up.
Yeah.
But if they're good,
All right,
then
listeners, keep a lookout for coal in your
drinking up that
stockings.
Coke Jesus juice.
Jesus juice.
Wait.
But
are we
which
getting
one's the
sponsored?
Jesus juice?
Are we getting sponsored right now?
Hashtag no spawn by Coke. Could be sponsored by Coke. Coke, if you want to sponsor us, hit us up.
Coke, hit
Please,
us up.
please.
But then we lose our cast. We need cast.
Oh, wait, no, don't sponsor us. We want the cast
Dang
more.
it.
No, we'll keep doing it for free. Don't worry.
Yeah, we'll
want the
do it for
cast.
free for now. For now.
Till I'm done with this whole IB thing,
Yeah.
Until I don't need
then feel free
too
to
many
sponsor.
hours of everything.
But wait, aren't we playing into Santa's hands right now?
But
'Cause we're
Santa's
advertising Santa.
Santa is God, though. Isn't that what he wants? And
Yeah.
isn't that what we should be doing?
Is it what we should be doing?
Santa's God. We're
Well-
assuming that he's a Christian God, right? Because
Well, no, he would be-
Christianity is... Well, never mind. Let me
He
reverse
could be an
that.
all
Christmas...
overarching, ever-potent God.
Yeah, because
But no,
religions
but-
were something created by humans to help understand better, and
No.
they exist outside of
Christmas, however, is still a
Christian holiday. Yeah.
it's still a Christian holiday. So does that not imply that Santa is also the Christian God?
Well, I don't think it would be a Christian God, but a creation by a
Christian
God.
So
Or-
are we saying that Santa's like a lower? That's not a god?
Possibly. If we're assuming that he has all the powers that we have stated, can bend time-space continuum and travel in many dimensions, like the fifth and fourth and third and all
wait,
those
hold up.
happiness.
But could he be more than God? because Christian God is not followed by as many people as Christmas is. More people celebrate Christmas outside of Christians, but I don't see a Christian not
So
celebrating.
Wait.
God is
I
actually an
think
extension of Santa.
we're getting off track. Think about it like this: we affirmed that Santa was Jesus, did we not, in the
Yes.
beginning with the other cultures?
Yes.
So then let's just stick with that. What is Jesus in terms of God?
Oh,
God.
Is he God?
Yeah.
Okay, well then Santa is also God,
Yes.
right?
Yeah. So
Okay,
for example,
we can
God
safely
created
get
an
away
extension-
from that argument. Santa is God, 100% confirmed. You heard it here first.
So,
Right, but-
well, so for example, in the case of other religions, maybe God is the only omnipotent, but he exists. He has invented just as he invented the idea of Jesus or Santa, he also invented the idea of, let's say, Buddha, or is that the person, or like Vamana or something. That's a Hindu god, I think Hindu.
This has been a heated discussion. Oh my gosh, we've
Yes.
talked about
No,
a
it's
lot
not
of
heated. Praise Santa, boys.
praise.
Bless
or
up.
wait, all right,
praise
marry
Santa,
up.
God, or Jesus.
Marry up. Happy holidays,
No.
son.
Praise everyone.
quick question though. We still haven't addressed Pepsi or Coke.
I mean, all right, you heard it here first. If you like Pepsi, you need to get out. Because Coke is the way to go, all right?
Coke is that God
But
juice. That
Coke is
good
that
juice.
Coke is that sweet, sweet Jesus nectar, all right?
Oh,
But
yeah,
does
yeah.
Coke
So-
have Mountain Dew?
Oh, yeah, what are like the subsidiaries of Coke? So what other Jesus
Sprite.
juices are out there?
Denominations of Christianity. We have Methodist, which might be, I don't know, Mountain
Sprite.
Dew, Sprite.
Well, Mountain Dew is Pepsi.
The
All right, but what
Baptist?
about Dr. Pepper? Dr. Pepper goes in between. It's
Hold
like
on,
both.
hold on. I'll look it up. We need to find like what are the subsidiaries of Coke and what other Jesus juices exist.
Wait, hold up. Is Dr. Pepper that in between? What is that in between place between heaven and hell? What is that?
Limbo or purgatory?
Purgatory. So is Dr. Pepper representative of purgatory?
Hold on, I got it.
Oh, I've actually figured out something yesterday that might play into this a bit if you want to play around with it. Dr. Pepper back in the olden days used to be served hot and as like a medicine. Like it was used to treat sicknesses.
Ew.
Wait, hot as a medicine? That sounds.
Yeah,
That's
I'm
why
gonna-
it's called
I'm gonna throw up
Dr.
right about
Pepper?
now.
Mm-hmm.
Wait,
And there's
didn't,
no actual Dr.
Didn't
Pepper,
like
it's-
Coke and Pepsi? Didn't they used to have like literal cocaine in them?
Coca-Cola,
Coke
yes.
did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
So
why.
that-
That's why I said sweet, sweet Jesus juice. No. I got it. All right. Coke owns
It does look like snow.
Dasani, Powerade, Aid S. I don't know.
What?
Nest-
AIDS?
AIDS.
Boy, if you get AIDS, you just better keep on keeping on with that disease. No, it's like Aid, capital S or something. Nestia, Full Throttle, Mazza, Thumbs Down, or Thumbs Up, Soak and something. I don't know. These are all like really obscure
Coke owns like
brands.
pretty much everything.
But basically,
Like
the
Disney.
two main ones, we have Dasani and Powerade. So that answers the debate. Everyone's like, "What water do you like, Zephyr Hills or Dasani?" I'm Dasani all the way. Now.
All the way.
all
Gotta get
the
that
way.
good juju. So wait, I'm throwing in a curveball right quick here. Something has been taking over lately. Buying, spreading its grasp. Possibly, it could be, as Grayson was saying, that there needs to be like something next in line to be the next extension of God. Maybe it's, hear me out, Disney. Disney is starting to buy everything. They are spreading and spreading and growing and growing.
Yeah, so the more people that believe in Disney,
The stronger the power.
What's our connection between Disney and Santa, though?
Disney could also possibly another extension. Then back up to the backup. Like when Santa starts failing, now we got Disney.
But where's that connection coming from?
they
why
both
do why?
popularize things. Like Coke is buying everything, or did buy everything. They buy to spread their power and their belief system.
Wait, how did we even get to Coke from Santa? They were the ones that popularized the Santa image, right?
Yeah, they popularized Santa
So then
image.
what is our connection between, not just the connection of popularizing things, what is our direct connection between Disney and Santa Claus? Do we have that connection?
Oh yeah, Disney did a lot of like Christmassy things and so forth. Or like for example, they did like a Mickey Mouse version of the Christmas.
Well, I mean,
Yeah,
we
but
have
is
we
that-
have a parade downtown Winter Haven every single year.
But that's
with
because a
Santa
result
Claus.
it's
of
because
Santa.
that's a result of Santa.
Yeah, but Disney
see,
might be a result.
Exactly.
Oh,
do you,
fair
do you
enough,
see
fair
what I'm
enough.
saying?
Yeah.
Because we said that Coke created the image of Santa, right?
Yeah, so Coke created
Possibly.
image of
Oh.
Santa.
So then is the prophet not Santa but was all the time Coke?
Coca-Cola.
I'm putting my money on Santa because I would rather believe in Santa than Coke because I feel like Santa can hit a lot harder.
What?
What?
Santa's scary. If you don't
Oh
believe
yeah,
in Santa,
that's
he'll
true.
kill
He's
you.
like a fifth dimensional demon running around. Hey, he's not a
Or a
demon.
soda.
He's not a demon. He's Jesus, guys.
He's Jesus
or
that
both.
kidnaps children.
Yes.
Or both. He's a good boy. He's a good boy.
He's a good boy that kidnaps bad boys. Makes them good boys.
Better watch. That brings a whole bunch of new meaning to that song. You better watch out. You better not.
cry.
What is it? Cry?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You better not shout.
I'm telling you why Santa Claus is gonna come kidnap you. Better run and drink up that sweet, sweet Coca-Cola, son.
Get rid of your sin by drinking sweet Coca-Cola juice.
Get rid of your sin, douse yourself in that
measures if you're
sweet-
worthy or not.
Is that the new holy water?
Holy
Coke?
water.
Maybe
Bathe yourself in Coke.
Dude, I'm about to go to that convenience what's the vending machines? I'm buying out all the Cokes
Maybe,
before y'all. So
He judges whether or not you're going to be an elf by scanning the amount of Coke you've ingested over the year. And if you haven't drinking enough Coke, you're an elf now. You're not a believer.
Not a
Elf
believer.
down.
oh man,
So,
Santa is God.
Is that blasphemy though?
Blasphemy of what?
Well, saying that something like Santa without proof, because
we have plenty
we do
of
have
proof. We have
that was
like
the proof
how
where
long have we
Santa
been
is
doing
Jesus and Jesus is God.
this? How long have
That's
we been
the
doing
Mary
this?
probably
Trinity.
45 minutes about
Okay,
So,
so we have
we have
45 minutes of proof.
of discussion, but isn't the claiming of a fake idol like one of the 10 Commandments or whatnot?
Well,
Donnie,
then
are you
who
promoting
is the-
Pepsi
who is
right now?
Wait,
Get
who's
out.
the
You
fake
heathen.
idol?
Yeah,
in this?
who would be the fake idol?
Well, if we're just assuming everything.
No, we're
we
not
don't-
assuming.
We're
Then
not
we
assuming
just have
'cause
the proof. Jesus
Santa-
is Santa.
Santa is very Christian, which means
Yes.
if Santa is the false idol, then
Christianity.
every Christian goes against Christianity, and no one goes to heaven.
Oh, yay.
Hey, did we
mean,
just prove
no.
what happens in the afterlife?
Whew.
You're going down bottom.
E double hockey stick.
Welcome to rock bottom, guys. This got depressing.
The upside down.
The ups. Oh man,
That's probably.
let's back it up.
All right. Well, this has been an eventful conversation for sure. So, are there any closing remarks that we want to make before we end it?
You better drink up that sweet, sweet Coca-Cola, son.
Suck
And that's
on
all I have to
Noel's
say.
Juice.
Not sponsored, but do not get Pepsi. It's the false
You,
idol
you
Donnie
buy
was talking
Pepsi.
about.
You buy Pepsi. I have no help for you.
But there's Mountain Dew.
If you buy
Mountain
Pepsi,
Dew's-
no, Mountain Dew's a
Dew's
product of
great.
Mountain Dew.
Mountain-
Or Mountain
Mount-
Dew's a product of Pepsi. Yeah, I meant to say.
Mountain Dew is definitely a product of Mountain Dew. Believe it or not, you heard it here. There's some more interesting facts for you guys.
It's a product of Pepsi. Dr. Pepper's in between, which is purgatory.
Guys, stop drinking anything but Coke and
Yep.
Dasani water.
Coca-Cola, mix them up. Get extra
Powerade.
holy.
Don't drink Gatorade either. Powerade.
Powerade.
Powerade it
Oh,
up.
God.
Power me up, son.
I mean, oh, Santa.
Oh, Santa.
There we go. We got our sound man Gabriel drinking up some Powerade. He is saved.
He is
He
just
is saved.
converted.
Hallelujah.
No singing in the podcast. We already established this.
That would get annoying for our listeners.
Yes, and we don't want to be annoying to you amazing people that have listened this far.
I mean, I'm sure some of you are amazing.
All right, so this argument has been scattered, smothered, and covered.
Like your.
Whoa, no, like Santa. All right, now
By all of his little elves.
all of it. Oh, gross.
All right, it's your boy CJ Bills over in the North Corner signing out.
See ya from the east. Bye.
Thanks for having me. And, bye, yo.
Just one final topic before we end off. We are having another episode, probably coming out, don't know when, but we are having a guest. She likes history. It's going to be a history podcast.
No names.
No names
No name
are
dropping.
being said, but we would like you to guess, maybe, if you're interested, if you've listened this far. She's smart. She takes Math SL.
Super reading career. Super reading career.
Yeah, she's probably read more books than all of us combined. If you guess her name, we'll send you a message, and if you would like, you can be on the next podcast. So yeah, Thank you all for listening, and we are signing off. Have a great day.
Thank you. Bye.
Praise the Mary Trinity.